And welcome to US Broadcast Live. Today we're talking with Wendy Lin, and I am Eric Pratt from US Broadcast Distribution. Thanks for joining us today, Wendy.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us.
Let me put up your lower third. You can tell we're using New Blue Effects because it's got the fancy audio graphics associated with it. And I've got my own personal lower third here. And today, we're going to go through a couple of things. We're going to talk a little bit about Yuan, or is it Yuan? How do you pronounce your company's name? Yuan. Okay, that's good enough. And we'll talk about the 4K cards that you have, which are compatible with vMix, which are a really exciting product, both for us as a distributor of vMix, customers of vMix, and yourselves, because it's a unique product in the marketplace. We'll touch a little bit on NDI and your new 4-channel encoder, which is really exciting and really interesting. I've just learned some really interesting new facets about it, which I think will really appeal to resellers. And we'll finish up by talking about some of your other products and new products coming up. So let's start with you, Wendy. How long have you worked for Yuan?
Well, I joined the company about 14 years ago.
Yep.
So I worked there for 14 years now.
So you've been there for quite a while.
Yes.
And what's your title or role there? What do you do?
For now, I'm actually the sales director that in charge North America, South America, Canada, and Australia market.
But you were previously in charge of sales of worldwide.
Yes.
And you changed to being the sales manager of the US when you moved here.
Yeah, that's right.
So you're based out of California. How long have you lived in California?
Well, I'm here for years now.
Yep. And have you ever been to Disneyland, sorry.
Disneyland, yes, but not the Disney World. One day I can go there with my kids.
Yeah, that's cool. So you're in Southern California. I used to live there. It's a really nice place when it's not burning to the ground. So
yeah, it's horrible right now.
Yeah, I remember. It's interesting. So let's talk a little bit about Yuan. How did Yuan get its start? What did you guys start off by doing?
Right. Well, Yuan was founded about 27 years ago.
Yep.
And we started as a chipset designer, manufacturer. So we actually designed the chipset, MPEG-1 chipset, and then we announced the chipset to the market. And we actually, the company strategy, we move our position from the chipset designer to the board designer. So we purchasing the MPEG-2 chipset from other chipset vendor.
Yep.
And we start design the MPEG-2 capture card, things like that. And of course, we are also we also manufacture the graphic card. It was called it's NVIDIA and also the ATI, and now it's called AMD.
Okay.
So we actually have quite a big background on that, and we are also in the TV tuner market as well.
What are the broad product groups that you guys manufacture currently? So you make capture cards?
Yeah, the video audio capture card, and like streaming encoder device, and signal converter box too.
So those are the three main categories of the products that you make. And Yuan is actually one of the largest manufacturers of capture cards in the world, are you not?
Yes, we are. We should be one of them because we ship about 500 million chips. Should be 5 million captures a year in 2016. Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah.
So you guys are pretty big company.
Well, I should say we are focusing on the design products. So we are mainly OEM, ODM manufacturer.
Cool. Well, we're really excited to help you distribute your products in the U.S. Let's talk a little bit about some of the really cool new products that you guys are working on. I'm going to bring up a graphic for the vMix cards, and tell us a little bit about the products that you guys are currently working on, or currently making that are 4K and compatible with vMix.
Right. Okay. So as the page that you just showed, it's a 1-channel 4K 60 HDMI 2.0 input capture card.
Yep.
And the other one is a 4K, 4-channel, 4K 30 each channel capture card. Both of them are using the same driver, and it also works very well with the vMix software as well.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see from Yuan's capture card, that we provide low power consumption. That means we don't need any extra heatsink on the board for customers to use it.
So I actually have one of the cards here, and unfortunately it's going to chroma key because it's green. But just to hold it up, this is one of the cards, and as you can see, as you were mentioning, there's no heat sink on it. This is the 2-channel model, which is 2-channel 4K 30p. There's also the 4-channel 4K 30p and the 1-channel 4K 60p. And those are, to the best of my knowledge, the only 4-channel HDMI product compatible with vMix currently. Am I correct?
Yes, you are.
So that's a really, I mean, people have been waiting for this for a long time. However, I had a couple of people ask me, when are you going to have a 4-channel 6G card?
Well, it's coming.
Yes.
We are scheduled to announce the 6G card on the Q1.
Okay, that's really exciting. I think people have been waiting for a product like that for a very long time.
Yeah.
So those cards are currently in stock here, and they've been selling pretty well. You've had good response in the market for this product. You've sold out the last few batches, yes?
Yeah, that's right.
You've had trouble keeping them in stock because they're so popular.
Yeah, that's right. Because the people right now the market is looking for the 4K cards.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have the products in stock for custom to purchase.
Which is more popular, the 4K 1-channel 60p or the 4-channel 30p?
Honestly, it's really hard to tell which one is more popular because it really depends on custom to how they are going to use the card for.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to NDI, because on your website it says you guys have NDI compatibility. What exactly does that mean?
Okay, right now, because Yuan is OEM ODM manufacturer, we don't provide our own software for user to use our card with.
Okay.
So right now we are designing a small application that's supporting the NDI. So the customer, well, we are working on that. So probably, hopefully we will be able to release the small application on Q1 next year. So the user can simply use Yuan's capture card and then download the software from our website, and you'll be able to support them to do the NDI streaming.
So currently the cards are available to work with the NDI SDK. So the cards are fully ready to be integrated into NDI products. And very soon people will be able to just purchase the cards and use them to ingest whatever SDI, HDMI, HD, 4K directly to NDI via the little application that you're talking about.
More information about this one. Yeah.
That's really exciting. Let's talk about the little exciting thing that you dropped on me just before we started here, which is the multi-channel streaming encoder.
That's right. I think we will be the first manufacturer that announced the 4-channel streaming encoder to the market.
Yep.
So we actually have, basically we have 2 solutions available right now. One is 4-channel SDI input. The other one is 4-channel HDMI input. So both each channel supporting 1080p 60 frames per second. And as you can see, it's not only supporting 4-channel, it also provides a PGM mode as well. So each channel you can you can set a different frame rate, different resolution for each channel in mainstream and substream, and then you can do it in 4-channel.
So let me try to clarify this, because this is a really kind of revolutionary product. Nobody makes anything like this. This is unique.
Yes.
This is a 4-channel encoder. So it can encode 4 channels of SDI or HDMI, depending on the model, into H.264. But it doesn't stop there. You can also use it as a switcher, because when you say PGM mode, you mean program mode, like the program output. So you can use it as a switcher, or you can do picture-in-picture.
Yes, of course.
You can do
PIP, POP.
You can do quad split.
And it also supports the OSD function And we're supporting the cropping function too. And then the minimum start from 128 times 128 and onward.
Okay.
And we're also providing the HTTP command as well. And then you can resize the resolution with our device. And it's hardware downscaling and upscaling device. So it's very easy for customer to use it. And we also providing one source input, and it can output to 4 different RTMP server too.
Okay. Let me pull this up because it also says something else down here. It says 4 times SDI, 4K quad link, 3G SDI. Now that makes me really excited because I think that what that means is that you can do quad link with this.
Yes, that's right.
So you can take the quad link output of any kind of system that's putting out 4 channels of HD SDI and merge them together into a single quad link 4K
Correct.
output. So this system is not just doing 4 channels of HD to to H.264. It can actually do 4K encoding via quad link.
Yes.
That's also, I mean, it was really good just the way that it was, but you just kind of kicked it up a notch. So that is really interesting. That's a really fascinating product. What's the MSRP on the SDI version?
I think it's $1,000. It's less than $2,000.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Is it about 1,500? Really,
yes, around the area. Yeah.
Around the area of 1,500. So that is a remarkable price point for an encoder that can do 4K. And then coming up in Q2 of 2018, you have this HDMI 2.0 encoder.
Yeah.
Now the HDMI 2.0 encoder would be you could hook up a 4K DSLR directly to it.
Yes.
Which will be amazing because that'll be a whole other kind of product that should be really, really well received in the market. Are there any other products that we should talk about? I have one of the things that I was surprised about is, and one of the reasons we originally contacted you was regarding these M.2 products that you make, which are also compatible with vMix. And you make a 1-channel and 2-channel SDI and HDMI M.2 card, and you make a 1-channel 4K HDMI M.2 card. I know that's a lot of So this is what those look like, and of course it's gonna key as well because it's green. But this little card goes inside one of the products that we cover, which is the Switchblade, and that allows this little teeny tiny box, which is too small to have a regular capture card in it, to have up to 2 channels of SDI input. So this is one of the applications for your M.2 cards. And there's many others have been assured because we've had a number of people ordering the M.2 cards for their own purposes. There's a number of applications. What else should we talk about as far as products converters? You guys have a converter.
Signal converter products. So simply for the converter box, we are having switching the signal between signals like SDMI to HDMI or HDMI to SDI with up-down scaling or without. And like the converter box with Genlock, or like, we can have a new products like HDMI, like HDMI 1.4, and it can upscale to the HDMI 2.0.
Yep.
And also we have a seamless switcher as well. And we are working on the 12G SDI convert to 4K HDMI or the other way around. So that's a new product that we're working on.
When about do you think those are going to be ready?
Well, we're scheduled to announce that by end of the Q1 next year.
Scheduled to announce it next year. So you're not even supposed to be talking about it, are you?
Yeah. But it's working. We are
and then
that one.
In all the fanfare of talking about your quad input encoder, we've neglected to mention that you have regular single input encoders. So you have an SDI HDMI encoder to H.264. You have an all-in-one which does composite component HDMI SDI. Um, and then you also have one that does 4G to LTE.
Yeah,
Can we
that's
talk
right.
about that a little bit? So it's
Sure.
an encoder
Like
that works over
for
the LTE network. Am I correct?
LT, yeah, that's right.
4G. Yeah.
4G, yeah. So we have several different one channel. It's called our SC6C series.
Yeah.
So it's supporting one channel H.264,
Yep.
and we have several different versions. We have the light version with SDMI, HDMI input only, and with Wi-Fi. And the other one is we call all-in-one. That means we have SDI, HDMI, YPPPR, SVD input, and it's all in one device. So like, customer can use different device, using the different input with one single device. Or we will have the other one is the portable version that we actually have the built-in battery that's supporting up to 4 to 6 hours without charging the device. And including the 4G SIM card too.
You
you can
guys
put the SIM card.
You guys have a lot of products.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
That's amazing. So where do you see Yuan going in the next year? 2018 seems to be like it's going to be a breakout year for you guys. You have a lot of revolutionary and unique products that no other manufacturer has. So you guys seem really poised to take the market. What do you have in store for 2018? I know we've already covered, the products that you're planning to announce. Is there kind of a global direction that you guys would like to see? Is it expansion into the US, more encoder or capture products, moving more in 4K?
Right.
All of the above?
Definitely. Yeah. Well, definitely for the capture card, the market is like customer will like start building the products into a small device like the system that you're having right now. So that's why we are having we are getting more and more different resolution for the M.2 input interface device. So that's the card that we are supporting to the customer. So you can see we are not only having 1080p 60, and we moved to the 4K right now. And for the streaming encoder as well, there's a huge I should say there's a lot of inquiry. The customer would like to purchase a plug and play device. Like we are having one of the UVC dongle as well. It's, with SDMI input or with HDMI input plug and play. So it's without driver installation for the customer. So we are also seeing the streaming encoder device being quite a lot in next year.
That sounds great. And as we discussed, the products all work with vMix. You also work with other software packages as well. And your encoders and converters are standalone, and they work in. You've got HD versions, you've got 4K versions coming. So you have a lot of products to come. We're going to help you try to reach out to as many resellers as possible and customers, because you have a lot of really interesting stuff. And thanks for coming on the show today. We're going to stick around and answer questions in the Q&A section. But for now, we're going to wrap up the Facebook live stream. Wendy Lin, thanks for being on. Once again, I'm Eric Pratt from US Broadcast Distribution. This has been a quick overview of the Yuan products. And if you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to us.
Thank you.
And with that, we're out on Facebook, but we still have some people in the chat, and we also have some people on Zoom. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to open your chat dialogue and type it into the group chat on Facebook or on Zoom. One person wants to know, when is the quad channel shipping? And I believe the answer to that is, it already is. Am I correct?
Yes.
The quad channel encoder is shipping now. It's available if you wanted one.
You mean the streaming encoder, right?
The streaming encoder, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And when is the, that doesn't make any sense. When is the M.2 going to be available? The M.2 cards are, when is the 4K M.2 going to be available? There is already the HDMI. Do you have a 6G M.2 planned?
No, it's not available right now. We are working
But
on
planned.
the
Do you have
PCI
one?
by 4.
Say that again?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, right now we are working on the 4-channel for the PCIe by 4 capture card. And for the M.2, it will depend on the chipset size. Once it's available, I will let you know.
Okay. All right. And somebody wants to know what the box that I held up is. That's a switchblade. If you guys haven't been reading your email or been living under a rock, the switchblade is it's a 4-inch by 4-inch computer running vMix. It has a SDI input on it. So it's sort of like a 1-input encoder, but because it's running vMix, it can stream to Facebook. It's using the Yuan M.2 card, which I have here. This little guy offers the SDI input and SDI out. SDI loop through, sorry. It's not SDI output. Are you planning on offering output cards?
Well, once it's available, of course, we are going to announce it, but it's on our schedule.
It's on your schedule to make output cards. So currently, all of your cards are input only.
That's right.
And you're discussing. You haven't actually planned or released or even talking about releasing an output card.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, not yet.
All right. That seems to be all the questions. Do you have any last words? That sounds so fun.
No.
Thank you so much for coming on. Yeah, this has been great. We really appreciate you coming on and spending time. Obviously, we're looking forward to working together. I think this is a good start.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Wendy. Thanks everybody for showing up. And if anybody has any questions, obviously feel free to reach out. And we have most of this stuff in stock. And hopefully any day now we're getting our next shipment of the 4K quad cards. We'll check on tracking after the call. Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I need a good outro.